Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, and today it's a Saturday, and I don't make a lot of videos, but I decided I wanted to make a video on this topic because somebody asked me a question on Facebook that really got me thinking, and I think his name was Jimmy Skurlock, and I want to say thanks, big ups to Jimmy for inspiring my thought on this issue. And those of you who have asked questions that I haven't had a chance to answer, I apologize. It's just kind of difficult. I get literally about 400 emails a day and Facebook messages, so it's hard to keep up with everything. But here's what Jimmy asked me. Jimmy said, he said, Doc, I've noticed that a lot of people are buying guns, and I was wondering what you thought about all the people that are owning guns now. And I just wrote back and I responded, and I thought about his question a little bit, and I said, this is very interesting because I think that we don't believe that the United States is capable of having another civil war. We somehow think that we're more civilized than that, or that somehow we have stability that just can't be dismantled under any circumstances. And I don't agree with that. Now, mind you, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not a person who's constantly predicting the race war and anything like that. I mean, not to discredit those who do, but I'm just in a different space. But I listen to all points of view. And I remember when I sat and had an opportunity to sit privately and talk to Minister Louis Farrakhan for about 3 hours, and it was an amazing conversation. I remember one thing he brought up that was very interesting was he said that the United States has more guns than people, that we actually have more guns in this country than people. And that right there is a source of instability, particularly when you add that to some other things that are going on in our country. So if you really look around and you think about what's going on in America right now, here's some things I noticed. Number one, our country's never been as divided as it is right now. Not since the Civil War, right? Mainly because the proliferation of social media and the internet has allowed people to kind of take divergent positions. Whereas before you had mainstream media, you had Walter Cronkite, and the mainstream media would try their best to give an objective viewpoint, seeing both sides. Now, if you don't want to listen to the liberals, you just go watch Fox News. If you don't want to listen to the conservatives, you go to MSNBC. If you don't want to listen to white people, you just go to Your Black World or wherever. You go to places where black people congregate. So people kind of get in their own little cubby holes of ideas. I guess you can call them ideological cubby holes, right? The second thing is that the United States economically is really on its way down. Now, I'm a finance professor, so this is what I know, this is what I do, and I can just tell you most of the economic indicators pretty much say that the United States is not going to be an economic powerhouse in 30, 40, 50 years. And really you're seeing that now. You're seeing the disappearing middle class. You're seeing a huge gap between the rich and the poor. You're seeing jobs being shipped by the truckload over to China. And then, with the growth of immigration, illegal and legal, I think that this does leave black folks out. I mean, I think a lot of jobs that black people used to have are going to be gone, taken by other people. Now, it doesn't mean I'm against what's going on with immigration reform, but I care about my people before I care about anybody else. And so it kind of bothers me a little bit. I'm not going to lie about that. The other thing is that black people were no longer scared the way we used to be. There was a time where black folks used to just sort of take it and we'd be abused and we didn't care and we didn't feel inspired enough to kind of fight back. And you see now that that our kids are being killed more publicly with the Trayvon Martin case, the Jordan Davis case, the case with the brother down in Texas who was found with a missing ear and pumped up full of drugs, and they tried to say he overdosed when the fact was that he probably didn't. It was a police cover-up. And everybody's asking me, people will say to me, Doc, why is it that suddenly it seems like it's suddenly open season on our kids? And I tell them, no, it's always been open season on your kids. You just didn't hear about it because the mainstream media didn't cover it. You didn't have places like Your Black World or social media or Black Knowledge, a great Facebook page that I love to go to, where they are telling you these things. I remember the Gina 6 would not have become a national story had we not continuously pushed it through the media. Color of Change continuously pushed it. And then eventually the mainstream media kind of caught on after the fact. I think the last element here that really I think can be a key to future instability is the fact that our government has been bought and sold. Corporate America is running the federal government. That's why they're making so many horrible decisions. And I think eventually people might get a little bit tired of that. So again, I'm not predicting any sort of war or craziness or whatever, but I'm just saying that things are changing. And you got to be ready. You have to educate your kids. You got to protect your kids. You got to protect yourself, because the fact is that in the future, I don't know if the government or anybody is ever going to really be there to protect you. That's just my 2 cents. I got to go. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World. Please take care. God bless and have a wonderful day. I am gone. Peace.